We are so excited to have all of you and interview you and get to know all about your amazing careers. So why don't we just jump in? Yeah, thank you guys so much. And what inspired you to pursue a STEM career?
For me, it was science fiction. I was always the geek girl and always reading comics. And I think imagination makes you think about what is possible, what you can achieve.
My parents migrated to Australia, so the only thing that they could teach us when we were young kids was mathematics. So my dad and I call it like a universal language, that we could teach each other that.
I think that what inspired me is my parents, my family, because I'm one of the most learned individual from my family, and that urged me to take science as my major. Some of my friends, they're like, I want to make my daughter like you know.
So when I hear you guys talking about your stories, you guys are all smiling and you guys are excited, but I know that there's also difficulty in your careers and being women in STEM. So I wanted to ask if there's ever been a time in your career where you've been disappointed or discouraged to continue, and what led you to get out of that and continue to push forward?
Not until I got into the professional field that I started to see these differences, these stereotypes on women. And actually, that empowers you to build platforms or spaces for other women to thrive.
A lot of the times I'd experience a lot of microaggression. What I realized was that I could take control of my own identity. So for example, if I am a loud, boisterous Muslim woman, I'm going to own that.
I'm listening to a lot of advice already that you would give to other young girls pursuing STEM. I wonder if the other panelists have any advice for young girls, or advice that you would even give yourself as a teenager going into STEM.
Go for it, like do not stop. You are an icon for some of the girls here in the country. Like if you stop, then they will never continue the thing they are trying to do. If you are committed to something, no one's going to stop you from like getting your goal. So the first and foremost rule for everything is being consistent with whatever you are doing.
Well, because I came from a background that's not tech, I've always thought I'm missing out on something. That kind of thing made me push myself harder than the rest of the group.
Have the feeling in your stomach when you say, yes, I made it. So that feeling that you have is really good.
Just keep going, believe in yourself, never give up, and mistakes are part of the process. It's definitely part of the process.
In your process of building your career and becoming the amazing women that you are, how did you find good mentors?
Mentors who challenge you are really important. I've looked for mentors with the lived experience that I've had, and mentors who I can relate to, and mentors who are young like me and going through, that learning and development. So find people who, will push you forward, but then people who will bring you comfort at the same time.
How do you guys feel about the progress we've made as a society on gender equity and in gender equity in STEM, and how do you see us moving forward?
I think the future of women in STEM will be a future where we're not really identified as a niche, right? It's common practice to do so. If we're designing for broader society, then why aren't the people designing for our society reflecting that? Like, that's how it should be, right? It's common sense and intuitive.
Well, you're all my girl heroes. Thank you guys so much for all your insight, your wisdom, your advice, your energy. I can feel the passion, and you guys are just such a group of inspirational women, and you guys are all my girl heroes. Thank you for everything. I know I've learned a lot, and I hope you've all learned a lot from each other as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.